50 from Talladega. I'm Tyler McIntosh, and we will get started in just a second. But before we get going, join us as Mama Bulldog leads us in prayer.
Lord, first of all, I just want to thank you for this opportunity as we are running the Toco Warranty Alabama Gang 250. I just want to humbly ask that you be with everybody tonight. These guys are great, and they take this seriously and just lift them up. And I also have to mention, as we are running the Alabama Gang 250, that we need to mention the original grandson of Neil Bonnet, Justin. He was injured last Saturday night in the Snowflake 100 during that race, and we just need to lift him up in prayers and hope that he's doing well. It was a terrible crash, and as I understand, he is recovering, and we just want to think about him tonight and lift him up in prayer and be with all our drivers. These guys are great. They run as a team, they work together, and just they're humble, Lord, and just thank you so much on giving us this opportunity. Thank you, and amen.
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 All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready for Talladega, it is another super speedway race on the season. Just to let you guys know in advance, we will have 2 interviews on this broadcast. Before we get going, we're going to talk with last week's winner, Smoke Fan, and the Daytona 500 winner, Mr. Bulldog. And we're going to go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah. One more thing. I read not very long ago that Justin Bonnet was expected to make I believe, a full recovery. So.
Yes, I saw that today, and that's awesome. Neil was an awesome racer and an awesome guy. I knew him personally, and had the opportunity to meet him several years ago in Daytona Speed Weeks, and we just have to remember that these guys take it seriously.
Well, we have 94.
Just goes to show how far safety has come, really, in the years that have passed. So that's special, really. Both my great uncles raced race cars, and what they raced compared to what's raced now is unreal.
Well, we have 94 laps around this 2.5 mile super speedway. That will be about 250 miles in exact. Well, let's go ahead and get the picks.
It promises to be another wide open race with white knuckle racing that will likely come down to a last lap shootout.
Oh yeah, I feel like any super speedway race
is an exciting one here tonight.
Any super speedway race is everybody has a shot to win it until that checkered flag flies.
I will say one thing: super speedway racing is extremely difficult. Trying to stay in the draft and trying to make sure that you don't end up messing yourself up. And then pit strategy, that's another big issue. Is if you're gonna pit, you got to make sure you got somebody to go with you, and if you don't, you end up messing up big time.
Let's go ahead and get our.
Ready for our interviews?
I was gonna say let's go ahead and get our first interview. So if you can hand the mic over to Bulldog for just a second.
Oh, I think they're gonna do that after qualifying.
Are they gonna do that after qualifying?
All right. Told, yes.
Alrighty. Let's go ahead and get the pre-race picks out of the way. Let's first go Mama Bulldog.
As we all know, Talladega is unlike any other track. It's wild cautions and even wilder finishes. It first opened in 1969, and as I know, that's been a few years ago, because that's the years I was born. A few years ago, that was when I was born. It was first called Alabama International Motor Speedway. Then in 1989, it changed the name to Talladega Speedway. And the great late Buddy Baker was the first driver to run 200 miles at this track. So it will be an all-out race for the finish.
And we can't forget the first ever winner, I believe, Richard Brickhouse, in 1969 at Talladega.
Hopefully we see some of these guys put on the racing that was put on by legends of the past, and the legends who are racing now, who will be legends in the future. So, as we think about this race and the exciting racing that's going to be up ahead of us, let's get these race picks done. Mama Bulldog, who do you think is going to end up in victory lane here tonight?
Well, of course, my heart, we all know who that's with, but I was told I couldn't pick him tonight, so I'm going to go with Beast of Asgard. He has really showed some speed this week in the qualifiers. I think he won 2 this week, and so that's who I'm going with tonight.
He should be quick as we head over to Sea King. Who you got to pick, buddy?
Obviously, like Mom with Bulldog said, I'd like to go with Bulldog. You know, he's my team owner and he's a really fast driver, really good driver. But I think I'm gonna have to go with Smoke Fan here. I think it'll be a good one. He could be a very could be a dark horse here tonight.
As we head over to Phoenix, your pick here, buddy.
Yeah, I'm looking at my chicken scratches here, and I believe Bulldog won the last plate race, if that's correct, right?
He sure did.
Yeah, but you know that Smoke Fan is going to want to take that top spot, so it's a tough call. But I'm going to go with Bulldog.
There you go. Good pick.
He definitely knows.
Don't tell anybody I said that.
Completely unbiased opinion there. Not at all. Not at all any bit influenced.
But let me tell you something. Any of these guys, you know, I sit here week in and week out and watch them race. I don't know how many laps I've watched this week or the week prior, but all these guys are great. And I've, you know, not to mention any names, but I've seen Matt Bulldog run in another league, and these guys work together. They work on setups, they share setups, and it amazes me. Racing is family, and I come from a background of dirt racing. My late husband, our first date was to a dirt track, and you know, when they get on the track, yes, they may be going at it, but let me tell you something. There's nothing these guys wouldn't do for each other. Nothing, and it means the world.
It's definitely thorn to bone.
I see exactly where you're coming from. Both my great uncles race cars, and I've heard stories of where they've helped each other out. They raced in different classes. One raced late models, and the other one raced dwarf cars. And always heard the story. They went to Daytona once with a little legend car, and one worked on the stuff, and he was like, "Man, we ain't got a shot to win." But they went out and won one of their heats at that track, so it definitely goes a long way with family.
Oh, yeah. That's just like talking about Neil Bonnet earlier. We were in Daytona for Speed Weeks many, many years ago. My husband was actually running late model on dirt, and I went over to the snack bar and was sit down and got some food and was eating with this man, and just to be quite honest with you, had no idea who he was. We shared lunch together, and for about 2 days, he was there every day. And finally, my husband said, "Do you have any idea who that is?" And I was like, "No, that's Neil Bonnet." And for that whole week, we ate lunch together every day. And finally, at the last day, I asked him, I said, "Look, I'm going to ask you a favor." And he said, "What?" I said, "Can you give me your autograph?" He said, "I didn't know if he knew who I was or not." And long story short, he gave me his personal cell phone number, and, you know, he got killed the next year. But they're all, it's a family. It's a family.
Absolutely. And I've, well, me personally, I was fortunate enough to buy my first race car, and just seeing, because we don't talk to our family very much, especially the side that was involved in racing, and seeing what everybody has said on that side, saying if I needed anything to let them know, that's just awesome, and it definitely goes back a long way to families.
But I'm just so thankful for this series, and, you know, I know there's been a lot of talk about people that think that racing on video games is not really racing, but let me tell you something. You know, unfortunately, financially, we had to stop, and we just couldn't do it anymore. And then, you know, Matt's dad passed away, and this is the only opportunity that he has to race. And I have to stop anybody that says that this is not real racing, because these guys put in as much time, maybe not financially, but as much time and heart and soul as anybody does, and they're trying to live their dream. And to me, that says it all.
Absolutely, I agree 100% there. Most people that I've talked to, they're like, "Man, I don't know why you spend so much time on because currently my car don't run, and this is the closest that I'll get. And I've wanted to race since I could talk, so it really, with these games and stuff, it definitely helps fill that gap that I'm missing.
Absolutely.
And just before we get started, I want to thank Toco for. We all want to thank Toco for coming aboard and sponsoring us and being great partners with the Outlaw Racing Series and standing behind all of us.
And their phone number, by the way, if you need a vehicle protection warranty, they'll give you a free quote. It's 800-276-5262. So call them. They'll work with you. If you can't, that they will work with you.
They also stand behind each and every one of these guys that pour their heart and soul into this and trying to make the NASCAR Heat Pro League. And we just want to thank them once again for all their support and sponsoring the series.
But going back to what you said on family, I believe that this sport was built on families. The Pettys, the Allisons, and the Labonis, Justin and Bobby. It definitely traces all the way back to family. I mean, it's been run by the same family for the whole existence of NASCAR. So
I'd just like to say something on that, if I may. I haven't been able to get to a NASCAR race in a long time. My first race was at Pocono, second race with me. And we were both pulling for Dale Jr., and he won. That was my first race, seeing it live, and it was like a dream. Got to see him in the morning, get some autograph stuff, and it was the most amazing experience. My son still talks about it to this day.
Absolutely.
You can't beat that. And
no, it's
speaking to the racing community online here. I mean, this is a community. This is a family.
Absolutely.
I'm trying for the first time to see what I'm doing in the qualifiers, and I got guys throwing setups at me, throwing advice. I picked up 0.7 of a second. I'm in no danger of cracking the top 10, but you know what? That's awesome. Where else do you have that?
Mm-hmm.
And any of these guys, I can tell you, I'll be honest with you. I got a little aggravated at Matt last night. I said, "Don't share that," and he said, "Mom, that's what we do. We share our setups. We help each other out." Of course, being a mom, I'm always rooting for him and want him to be first. But to hear him say that is awesome, and that's what it's all about. Is helping each other out. You might not be the first guy, but to know that you help somebody out and help a teammate out, that means the world.
Grateful.
Absolutely. I know that Bulldog has helped me out so many times. I mean, I got the call a couple of weeks ago to do Watkins Glen at the last minute, and I'm like, I don't have a setup. I don't know what I'm supposed to do, and he just said, here's one. So that goes to show how much people can be behind you and how much that they really care and want you to run well. And thankfully we was able to bring you home and finish 4th that night, so I really feel like I've done something there, and I've helped out other people with their stuff, trying to get better, and they've picked up some time, so it definitely comes down to a lot of things.
Do we have an update on qualifying quite yet, or are they in the middle of doing that, or? Okay.
Okay.
Alrighty.
So, what I was thinking, while we got a minute here, is think anybody's going to get the outside working tonight, or is it just going to be inside and bide your time?
I mean, the man that we just that just popped in here for just a second, we saw at Daytona. The move that won him that race was him getting up to that outside lane, getting 3 or 4 cars lined up, and they went. And not only did did he take the lead, but he was able to hold on to the race by them doing that. So if there's one man that I think can do that, it is in fact Bulldog.
Gotcha.
As we have our first to the night, X2 Fast for You 95X and Trans Am Blue. How are your nights tonight, guys?
Pretty good. Good.
Well, we want to
All
thank
right,
you guys
so-
for coming up into the booth, and let's get these interviews started so that way you guys can get back to getting ready for your race.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, yeah, check that.
Alrighty. Well, you guys have Talladega in front of you, so just about everybody has a shot to win this race. It's going to be 94 laps of being on the edge of your seat, trying to look out for the big one. Trans Am, we'll start with you. What do you think is going to be a key factor in remaining with a bump drafting partner or a team and making sure that you guys get onto pit road and off of pit road efficiently?
It's mostly just staying out of trouble. Put yourself in bad positions. Don't be trying to make a run to the front right off the bat. Just trying to stay clear of everything. Be smooth. And hopefully be there at the end.
So, what do you look for when you come in here? What do you look for in a car when you come here at Talladega? Do you want it to be fast and draft really well, or do you want it to just be comfortable enough to where you can wheel it to the front?
I'd rather have one that's comfortable and able to wheel to the front. As long as you don't get left out, you're by yourself, you're going to be all right. But a nice fast car is good too, but myself I'd rather have just a comfortable, good handling car, something I can move around with.
Does it ever worry you that when you go onto pit road, there's going to be someone that doesn't go with you?
Yeah, that thought's always there. Just hope it don't happen.
Okay, so Trans Am, what drives you to do this week in and week out? What motivates you?
Well, I've watched racing since I was a kid. I love it.
Kind of gives you the opportunity to do what you love without,
closest thing to me other than getting in a car.
absolutely.
I agree with that 100%. Yeah, I agree with that.
So Trans Am,
Good
you
luck
said-
tonight.
Yes.
Thank you.
Alright, well, we're going to move to Too Fast. Too Fast, I want to ask you a question that I feel like is going to be a really good one, and we're going to see it towards the front at the end of the race. Are you going to be one of those guys that wants to be up front at the start of the race, or are you going to want to hang out in the back until we get to the end?
That's a good question. Probably hang out in the back until 3/4 of the way, and then work my way toward the front.
So you're looking for the ending result, not really the stage type of guy.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So let me ask you, if you're on the last lap and you're in the lead and somebody's blocking you, are you going to give them an opportunity to pass, or are you going to give it all it's got to take the win?
I'm gonna try my best to get the checkered flag.
Thank you. Last lap, you do what it takes.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely. All's fair on the last lap.
Too Fast. How's your car running? Are you confident that you can get up front, that you put it where you want to and make the holes or take advantage of any opportunities?
Yes. I didn't have a very good qualifying run, but it good in the race. That's what I was looking for.
Good race setup.
Yes,
Good
sir.
luck to you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Think is that all the questions we have for Too Fast and Trans Am?
Yes, I believe so.
Alrighty, well, we thank you guys for coming on into the booth, and good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Hello, boys. Y'all ready for me?
We are definitely ready for you, man.
All right, sounds great. Go ahead.
First off, how do you feel about your qualifying run?
We ran a 470. I figured I could probably get a little bit more out of it. I tried something different. I forgot to take out of it or whatnot. It is what it is. Qualifying's important here. We're still gonna start top 4 at least. I think it's actually top 3. We're gonna start top 4, top 3. Either 4th or 3rd is pretty much what I'm trying to say. But I think it's gonna be a show, and whoever we line up behind right there, we're gonna push them, give them the lead, and sit there until it's time to make that pass.
All right, well, I got one last question for you on my end. I'm going to let everybody else ask some questions. I mentioned it earlier. We saw you. You were one of the only guys, well, not the only guys, but the main guy that I saw at Daytona that tried to get the outside lane rolling, and it gave you the win. Do you think, I mean, well, I would say, do you think, do you know, do you have a plan to try to get that going here tonight and see if you can end up doing the same thing here in Talladega?
You know, man, it's all about getting the right guys lined up at the right time. Back at Daytona, I had two teammates there at RCR. When I was still racing Chevy. The guy that behind me, man, we just pushed. We pushed. There was a caution, manual caution. We raced it back. I decided to pull out. We make it fast, and we sat there those last 20 laps at 500. I'd like it for to work out that way tonight, but I definitely like running that high line. I like making it work. Whatever we need to do to get to the front, that's what we're going to be doing tonight. We're going to start up front, and hopefully we'll end the night up there.
And I'd like to bring up the fact that this is your second race with the new manufacturer to this team of Toyota. You went out and finished second last week. Do you think that you can get it done here today?
Yeah, man, that's the plan. This is my third race. We almost got it done at Indy on Tuesday. Led the most laps out there, and went around there the last lap, and issues happen, but that is what it is. I still think a lot of these leagues and everything else, and everybody out here, at Outlaw, we're all for one. We're all for getting everybody in there we can go, but right now, man, this league ain't the big picture. The big picture is getting into that pro league and working on these qualifiers, so gotta let stuff go, which I've been really trying to improve on, and I think we can go get her done, man. That little fighter, sorry, I got a little tongue tied there, but that at Indy, a little fire under me, man, and I'm ready.
Are you gonna run away with it tonight, like you did in the qualifiers last night?
That wasn't last night. That was in Texas, but I'll plan on it. That would be the goal.
Well, good, because I picked you, so you better win.
Well, I'm excited,
try, man. I'm gonna try, man. Usually I'm only wrong twice a year, so I've already used that up this year.
Gotcha.
Well,
good luck.
I'm excited for this new relationship with Toyota. I'm excited to be able to run one on Tuesday. So
yeah,
I'm definitely
man.
looking forward to it.
Toyota, since we've been in this Toyota, man, it's really treated us well, and I'm excited going in for tonight, and we're about ready to race, man. I think my mama has the qualifying order right here. I'm about to read it off to her, and she'll get y'all set back up. Hope y'all enjoy. Have fun.
All right.
Good luck tonight, man.
Don't press.
So as we await the qualifying order, one last time, just want to thank you guys for tuning in tonight to the Toco Warranty Cup Series Alabama Gang 250.
Yes, hello all.
So I guess they're getting ready to go green. They're going to run a pace lap. I've got 43 in first.
Alrighty.
14, 41, 96, 48, 18, 95, the 19, 4, 11, 24, 10, 22, 12, I'm sorry, not 22, 12, 2, and 66. And if you all didn't already hear that, that was Bulldog ringing off to me.
So we got the 43 Chevrolet Camaro starting on the pole tonight. Trying to
Good run by that team.
Oh yeah, it's a good opportunity to start on the pole at Talladega because you kind of get to face the field, but then you also got to worry about the stress. So I'm looking for that 43 to hold his own.
We've got, what, 14 cars starting? Is that what you all have?
Sounds about right, I think, from how many car numbers you
Sounds good,
were
doesn't
shouting
it?
out.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
So Tuesday night at Indy in the qualifying, we had Hangman that had the fastest time. No, I'm sorry. Hangman won the Tuesday night race in Indy. I'm sorry. the Tuesday night race they won. Hangman won at Indy. It was a last lap shootout. Bulldog was leading. There was a late race caution and then Hangman won that race.
Sounds like a exciting finish there at Indianapolis.
It was, trust me.
I can't help but have a little bit of anxiety worrying about if that's going to come down to it tonight, if it's going to be a shootout at the end, and it's definitely going to be really exciting. But there we have the race invites.
Don't join yet.
Okay, that was my bad. I already joined. Let me back out.
Me too. Hey, we're excited to get going here.
Absolutely.
If he can shoot me one more, because I accidentally already accepted it.
One more, please,
Same
he
here.
said.
Phoenix too, if you don't mind.
Again, we want to thank Toco Warranty for being our sponsor tonight. And that number again is 1-800-276-5262. If you have any questions about your warranty for your car, please give them a call. They'll give you a free quote, and they'll work with you any way possible to get that going. Tonight we've got Smoke Fan in the 14, Bulldog in the 96, Beast of Asgard in the 11, Dagger in the 18, Dave Ferguson in the 66. He had his first cup race on last Saturday night, and he did win a stage in that. We also have Hangman in the 24, Evil in the 48, Fujio in the 19, Chase in the 41, Jesus in the 95, and Jason in the 4, Trans Am Blue in the 2, and Too Fast for You in the 12, and Galen in the 10.
And I
That's
would like
not
to
in
say
qualifying order. That's just a list of the racers in tonight's race.
And I would like to say that that's awesome to see Dave get to run his first race.
Absolutely. Dave is one great guy.
Dave,
that's another that has my heart. He is, him and his daughter. His daughter actually designed Matt's car that ran in the qualifying race that won at Texas this week. They get, so go.
Yeah.
He said go ahead and Matt said Bulldog said go
Alrighty.
ahead.
I would like to add on, I've gotten a chance to know Dave through other leagues, and just seeing, you know, how awesome he is as a person. He's always willing to help out. He's quite the character, and I'd like to announce that his daughter will also be designing my car for Tuesday's race at Kansas.
Oh,
Yeah.
That awesome.
I think she needs to, anytime there's custom, she needs to design Bulldogs as well, because she does a great job, and that was one of the reasons Matt got that win at Texas in the qualifying the other night. So we really appreciate him and his daughter. They're great people.
As we get ready to go, they are lining up here, getting ready for the green flag here in the Toco Warranties.
Here we go.
250, Alabama game
It's Dega,
250.
baby.
It's Talladega. Anything's going to happen. I expect to see some 3 wide early on as we get ready to drop the green flag. Got the 14 of Smoke Fan on the front row with the 96.
Why am I in the race?
Or is this just the, I think this is just the note.
He said tell Phoenix to back out
Alright, yeah, Phoenix, yeah, that's why you were.
and rejoin.
So they are getting ready to go here. So we see the 14 of
are.
Smoke Fan. There's the 43, the pole sitter.
27 laps in stage 1. It's my understanding that they can run, I think it's 15 laps on fuel, 14 laps on fuel. Tires aren't really an issue tonight. There will be running manual cautions. Black flag is on, speed row penalties, along with double yellow line penalties.
Alrighty, so
this will definitely be an interesting one here tonight.
oh yeah, short fuel run. So I think that means 2 pit stops in each stage, or at least in the first stage. Most likely 2 in the second stage, or 1 pit stop in the second stage as well. And then trying to do some math here, just thinking. I think it's
I don't
2
think
or
they're doing it tonight, but I don't know if you all saw the couple of nights ago they did the 3 wide caution or the 3 rod pace lap. It was awesome how they did that.
So I think we're getting ready to drop the green flag. Maybe not. So I think we got some spread out. No, we are not.
Green.
I was gonna say
going
we
green
saw
this
some
time by.
cars
You got
spread
some-
out back
you
there.
got some fast cars in this race. A lot of guys that if you're in the community, you see them around. You know,
One more stage
doing
lap.
some really good things.
I mean, yeah, Smoke Fan. He's one of the ones that comes to mind when I think about people who have been in the community and have done some pretty amazing things. He's one of the eNASCAR Heat Pro League champions with Storthouse Gaming this season.
The first ever Pro League
Oh, yeah.
champion.
If it wasn't for this, the Outlaw Racing Nation wouldn't be possible. Him and Bulldog got together and formed this league, and they've done a lot of work.
Absolutely, and now while I didn't get to be here, I was here once before, and this was before they used the Discord chat. I was here once before, and it was awesome to get a chance to run, and then I was able to join back this time with the Discord chat, and just seeing what had changed since I had been there the first time was unreal. And it just goes to show how much work they put into it.
Oh yeah,
Are we getting
going
ready
green
to go
this time
here?
by.
Getting ready to drop the green flag here. And the Alabama Gang 250 from
So
Talladega.
you still staying with your picks?
I'm going
yeah.
to stick
Oh,
with
yeah.
mine.
I think I will too. Of course, you know who my heart's with.
Oh, here we go.
Green flag in the air here at
Here we
Talladega
go.
Super Speedway.
And of course, it's racing side by side on the first lap.
We got Chase
Absolutely.
pushing
I don't think we're
Cincy out
gonna
in front.
I don't think we're going to see that side by side. I don't think we're going to see spread out racing until a little later on in this stage when
Well,
everyone gets a chance. I think there's going to be that select few that break away from the lead pack because
I
their
think
cars
it's
are
going to
so
be the
strong.
lower line, but whoever can get that high line to pass, I
Yeah,
think
they-
that's who's going to be
They're
your
getting
winner.
organized really quick on the bottom, and that top line just didn't have a chance to match that.
Right
These
now,
guys have worked, all week on pushing each other and working together and staying tucked in. So
So you see that they
we'll
had a
see if it's
meeting
going to
about the
pay
new
off
Corvette,
tonight.
is what you're saying?
Yeah, they've just been they've worked on it all week. You got to have somebody push you.
right now we've got the top 5 as they run. Cincy, Chase, Bulldog in the 96, Cheese in the 95, followed by Smoke Fan in that 14.
As we see the historic, may I add, number 43. That number has a lot of history here, not only at this track, but with one driver in mind, 200 wins in with one driver. So it's awesome to see
Absolutely.
that number still live on with the same man who drove it. I
I don't
there's-
think it matters what happens in NASCAR. That's going to be historic. That you
Yep.
can't forget that.
Absolutely not. Daytona being the last race that Richard Petty had won.
He's the king.
Absolutely. I don't believe that's an understatement. I believe that's 100% true. 7 championships and 200 wins. That is an amazing feat to accomplish.
Well, you all got to remember also Daytona, I believe, was the last race he led in his last year. He
I
got
think
that
you're correct on
43
that.
up front for
I
a
believe
few
so.
laps and brought the crowd to its feet. That was an awesome moment.
They're still staying tucked in. Nobody going to take that lead out
Nobody-
just yet, but I think
I
it's
don't-
coming.
I mean,
don't
I'm
think
looking.
we'll see that until the last stage here when it really starts getting down to crunch time. For me especially, the way I look at it is you kind of want to lay back a little bit and definitely not use up your stuff, because that can ultimately decide whether you win it or not. And so I think maybe, I don't think it'll be somebody that's leading here right now.
We're on
But-
lap 6.
I believe that, but that's what I believe. I believe that I think the first couple stages you should stay in the back and not really worry about it. unless
Well,
you want them
we got
stage
somebody
points.
pulling out. Is that? I'm not sure which car that is.
I saw
That fell out of
Chiza.
line.
He got out of line, but he was able to get back in. I was actually going to point
Yeah.
out right before that we had the 3 SHR cars in that back little pack there. We had the 4, the 10, and the 14 all lined up. I thought that they could have made a move, but I think the 10 has lost the draft, and the 4 might be in the same situation here in a second. As Cheese's all the way up into the third groove.
66 of Dave Ferguson was able to link up with his Toyota teammates, the 19 and the 11.
The
They will have a
95
three-car tandem.
fell out a little bit. He's on the outside.
Well, what I was going to point out is we've got these packed breakaways. Now you see how far the field is getting spread out. These guys
I have
up
no
front
idea
are
what
turning
happened
some
to the
fast laps.
2-car of Trans Am Blue, but he is running in a pack all by himself. That's definitely not good here in the first stage.
No, you don't want to fall back that far in the first stage. It's going to be hard to get caught up.
Especially
Absolutely.
with these guys running so fast.
Absolutely. Compared to other tracks, especially mile and a halfs like Charlotte, I've been able to fortunately come back from going a lap down early in the race and finishing well.
So we've got the
But here
43,
at
the
Talladega, it's hard to do.
41, the 48, and the 12. Is that correct? 18, 24, 48, and 12.
And then we got the 95 joining that pack. We got a little bit of everything in there. 1 Ford, 2 Chevys, 2 Toyotas now. I don't think that they're going to be able to quite get up there with the leaders. I think the leaders are pretty formed up there with the 43 of G Sense. He's still in the lead, followed by Chase, Smoke Fan, and the 10 car.
Bulldog just hit the wall.
Oh.
So,
Oh, man.
Cut a tire, maybe.
Oh, no. Any word on how
seems to be
hard he
back
may
up
have hit
to
it?
Speed, though.
Looks like he may be able to join in behind these guys.
Oh, again.
I don't know,
Looks
he's hit
like
the
he
wall
got into
again.
one more right there.
Is he coming to
I
the
think that
pits
may be a
now?
I
handling
think he's got
issue
a
on that
tire
96.
issue, it looks like.
Yeah, well, yeah, he's heading to the pits.
Definitely not what you
At
want
least
here.
it's
in this
early.
first stage.
Hopefully he can
Oh, he
recover from that.
Whoa!
yeah
He
had
cut it
a
close.
moment. I think he hit the brakes and it just
Maybe a
caught
pit
him.
roads penalty. I'm not sure on that. Yeah,
I
pit
think
road
he hit the-
penalty.
I think he hit the brakes and it just sent the car to the right. That's definitely
Yeah,
a
still a pit
terrible thing to
pit road
happen.
penalty.
I've had that happen to me a time or two, and it's a very bad deal. when that
That's
happens.
okay. He just needs to gain his composure, and I think he probably made a mistake and still has his qualifying set up in.
I'm looking at this line behind G Cincy, and I can't help but feel for him, because if you notice, it's all SHR right behind him in a line. So they could all 4 kind of just bully him right out of the way and take the lead, but
I
But
will
we
say
gotta-
this, and I am again biased, but he had a lot going on tonight. He was trying to get his mama in the broadcast booth and help her get things going, and
Well-
he does a lot to make sure everything works good with
He's
this
just leaving
Outlaw
pit road
racing
now.
station. So that's okay. He'll be okay.
And he is a lap down to the leader at the moment.
He is a lap down, but that's okay. Never give up.
Oh, I ain't giving up on him. I picked him to win, so he's gonna win.
Oh, I'll tell you, he don't ever give up. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
All these racers race hard from start to finish. They give it everything they've got.
Absolutely, and that's something that's definitely important, especially when you're fighting for what these drivers are fighting for.
They've got a lot on the line. I don't think
Absolutely.
people realize what these qualifiers mean and what these races mean. There's NASCAR people that are watching, and that means the world to them, and that they give it everything they've got.
Absolutely, especially if you've got a hero like I do. My hero is Tony Stewart, and it's my hero to, and it's my. I feel it as something I have to do, and racing is just something that I've been around for a long time. But there's definitely a lot on the line for a lot of drivers trying to get that pro league spot and get their name out there, and that's definitely really important.
And talking about Smoke, he has the Eldora Speedway. Of course, it's on dirt, but let me tell you something. I don't know if you've all ever been, but it's been a few years. I was there before they built the tunnel, but I got the opportunity to sit in the truck with the late great Earl Baltus many years ago, on a rain delay before the World 100, and that's a legend in its own right. So,
Absolutely. I've never been to Eldora, and I'd love to go
you need
there.
to go.
We got some pit stops here from the second pack, actually. The 48, 18, 12. I think the 24 and the 95 are all coming in.
The strategy definitely coming into play here really early in the race.
With these leaders pulling so far ahead, you got to do something different to equalize it. You know, some strategy can.
Definitely going to have some strategy.
But then again, one bad stop for one of these drivers could spell the end of your race.
Well, it's a gamble, isn't it?
Absolutely. It's a 50-50 on, it can be good or it can be bad. It's a 50-50. There's no other way around it.
And you notice that whole pack pitted together.
I think the 48 had a speeding penalty because he is still on.
48.
Yeah.
It could be, as the lead pack comes around the front stretch
43's
here,
in the lead.
Yeah, he's
as
still in the lead, and they're still out.
the lead pack
pitted
comes
yet.
around here with that 14 Toco warranty car there looking good.
Well, I'm looking at the second pack that pitted, and they're a little bit spread out coming out of the pits. I wonder how quickly it'll take them to get organized and get back up to speed now.
Absolutely. 48 was just now exiting pit road as he's back on track, but unfortunately he's a lap down. It'll be interesting here at the end of the stage to see who gets that free pass position. And see if there's anybody that
lead
might
pack's
stay out
coming
to
in.
get the... Oh boy.
Oh, we got some contact. Get on the pit road.
Oh, yes, the leader.
Oh, the 43 hard and he's in the grass.
grass.
Oh my goodness.
Well, 4 of them made it onto pit road, maybe with or without penalty, we'll see.
43 slid all the way on to...
He still made it into the pit, so I think it might have just been the AI making contact. But I think he... maybe not.
I don't think he made a
No,
stop.
he didn't.
I think he's gonna have to come back around.
I think he's just slow rolling right now. Is he out of gas? No. I think
Shouldn't
he's...
be out of gas. We're on...
Yeah.
What lap are we on, Matt?
Yeah,
We're on
slow
lap
rolling.
15.
He's really slow. Actually, is he waiting for a pack? He's getting up to speed, it sounds like, just a little bit.
Maybe just had a very high gear there, getting up to speed.
More contact on pit road with Bulldog and Dave.
Yeah, I think we got it. We got everybody slowing down here, so I think caution is out.
It's caution out. Man.
Yeah, he's up to full song on the backstretch, so I don't know if he got any damage or anything, but he seems to be okay. So who's the leader? Who's leading?
That's
the
what
race?
I'm currently trying to figure out. Well, we got the 41 of Chase. He and his pack are starting to get up towards the front
43
here.
is able to come down pit road now. Just in case anybody was wanting to know.
Yeah, but did anybody not pit aside from the 43 and pass the leaders and on pit road? You know, this could be very interesting how things shake out here.
Absolutely.
This Bulldog is going to get his lap back. So he's going to go take that. As we have...
Sorry guys, I'm back. Had a little technical difficulty. I think Bulldog is going to get his lap back with that caution.
Yeah, but was he able to adjust for his qualifying setup so he can run better? That's a question, isn't it? We got some more guys on pit road under the caution here.
Yes, he
Taking
was
advantage.
able to adjust.
Excellent. So hope to see him moving his way up front now that the pack will be all together once again on the restart.
14.
Looks like the 95 might have been the first car off of the pit lane.
I think 14 is leading, though, is your leader.
So it's the 14, the 10, the 4, and the 11 that are currently your top 4, as we will see the rest of the grid form up here in just a second.
So Smoke Fan at the point.
I don't think that's surprising to anybody.
Nope. Now, will he run away with it now that he's got the top spot? How are we going to organize? You know, like we saw after the green flag drop.
I mean, I feel like maybe this isn't their plan, but with the 10 car being on the outside lane, if they could get the 10 to drop in either behind the 14 or just in front of them, they could get those 3 cars rolling as their teammate Chase. He is a little bit further back in the pack than they are. So.
And I earlier said that tire wear wasn't an issue. Bulldogs just told me that tire wear is not an issue. So with this qualifying setup, so
tire
wear with Bulldog is an issue with Bulldog.
Gotcha. Well, that's probably because of his qualifying setup.
Absolutely.
That could definitely be a factor.
A few quick laps instead of a whole run. But if he's fast and things fall his way, he should be okay. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how they're going to organize once the green flag drops.
14 and 10 on the front row, getting ready for the restart.
As they're getting back up to
14,
speed.
10, 4, and 11.
Okay, we got them all mixed up now, don't we?
We got 3 wide. They're a little bit further back. The 12, the 18, and the 95. A little bit of beating. The 18's going to slide in, and just in front of the 41, a Chase.
And that bottom row got single file fairly quickly there.
So I think the 10 is trying to drop back behind them. And he does.
And as the more cars you got single file,
3
the faster
wide.
those guys will go. Oh, we got some people going to the outside. Yeah, see, it looks like they're arguing
14,
about that
4, 43,
position there.
12, 18.
Looks like the 18's trying to lead that outside lane. They're starting to file up back there, but he's going to tuck right back in behind the 43.
But you think maybe that they don't want them to get the breakaway like they had? They'd rather, you know, get in the line and all stay closer together?
I feel like that is one thing that might have given those that first lead pack a shot to pull away, was they were pretty organized. Everybody else was trying to race a little bit, but so we got the possible little bit of teamwork going on there with the 18 and the 11. Looked like the 66 was going to run with him, but he tucks back into the bottom. As those 2 SHR cars, the 4 and the 14, they are checking out just a little bit, but
Yeah,
4 cars to the
18 going on the outside. I think he's going to have to tuck back in at this time.
Yeah,
I don't think that's going to do it for him.
That 18 is a little upset there that he's not leading the pack, and yeah, he's going to have to fall in, or else he's going to start falling back.
And right now those front 2 are sitting ducks as we got like 6 or 7 cars that were lined up. The 43 goes to the outside. Here comes Chase making it 3 wide for the lead.
3 wide, making a hole.
Chase to the lead. Too fast for you right behind him, and the 95 Achiza.
Well, 43 in the outside wall there.
What a
I just
move.
feel like that outside line's going to have to tuck back in. Maybe I'm wrong. 3 wide.
I figured they would argue about position there, and they did.
And Chase was like, you guys want to split it and give it to me? All right, I'll take it. Right
He's
to the
not
lead he
afraid
went.
to take it. I'll have to give it to him.
But all this dicing around up front keeps the pack closer together, so there's no breakaway like there was. Except that 3 cars up front, they're hauling it, aren't they?
Oh yeah, there are bumper to bumpers. Looks like a little bit of a pack starting to form behind him. Got the 10.
41-12.
Oh, here comes the 14 with a run. Side drafting the 95 a little bit. Going to get right there on the quarter panel of Too Fast for You. So we got the 14, the 4, and the 10. Those SHR cars working together against their teammate.
Well, can he make that outside line work and take the lead back?
Oh, the 11's going to give him help on the outside.
Got the 14 pulling out on the outside.
Oh, you got, what, 5 cars
14's
on the
got to
outside.
run.
That's 5 versus 3 on the outside. I think the outside's going to have this one
Here
down the
comes
back.
the
Oh,
14 on the
Now
outside.
you got 4 and 4, side by side out of 2.
Inside gets the
The
advantage.
14 and the 4, they're going to make it work, I think, on the outside.
Oh, a little bit of jiggly there. Went to 66.
Oh, somebody went up. Somebody slid up. Yeah, somebody slid up. I think it ruined the momentum on the outside, and now you got more cars on the inside.
They're still pushing them.
Oh, yes.
Oh, hard contact. 66 up the track, puts the 10 of Galen into the wall hard.
I think that outside, that bottom lane still.
Somebody.
There's. What a race!
Car got on the apron up into the outside wall and won. Will there be a caution?
Got the 66 underneath the double yellow there. Because right now it's Chase and Too Fast for You. He was able to hold on to it, still leading that inside lane back there, just a little bit back. But right now,
seem as stable though now, falling back a little.
Chase and Too Fast for You, they've got to be kind of sitting there looking back in their mirrors, trying to figure out which lane they're going to block. As right now they're sitting ducks with, I would say probably about 8 or 9 cars right there under a blanket.
And they went 3 wide.
41 and 12 still leading.
Come back here and look at G Sensi. Oh, he's got a big run. Getting pushed by Chiza in the 18. He's going to take it to the outside. Is it going to be enough down the back straightaway with the run? Put the 43 to the lead. Oh, here comes Smoke. 3 wide. Sensi's going to put a block on him.
And Sensi's back in the lead. With Smoke right behind him there.
So the 43, after sliding through the grass, trying to get to pit road, couldn't quite do it, is now your new leader once again.
Is now the leader.
With all this dicing, you think it was 2 laps to go.
They're racing like it.
Yep.
So we see Bulldog come off the
3
pits
laps
there.
left to go on the stage.
Was that Bulldog who got in the wall before?
No,
yes.
it looked like it. Bulldog did in fact get in the wall, but I think the 10 was also. Oh, contact a little bit.
14.
3 wide. Who's he gonna block? Oh, he can't quite get Chase blocked. They're 3 wide for the lead. Chase back to the lead now. They're still 3 wide behind him.
You would think this was the last lap.
Yeah.
They are racing. 3 wide again. 41, 43.
Oh,
That bottom lane. They've got a run. 43 and 24 have a run.
Yeah, see how close they are, nose to tail? That gives them an advantage in the draft there, pushing them out front a little faster.
outside lane starting to form up. Still just not enough cars.
Here comes the 18 with the run on the outside.
Oh, down the back straightaway. Now they got some cars. The 19's going to join them.
4 on the outside.
And Chase is out front after all that slicing and dicing. But he's got a hungry pack on his tail. Look at them.
Oh, Smoke Fan just got a huge shot back there from the 10 car Gale, and he's going to go to the outside, but they're not going to go with him. So that run is going to come to a halt.
Himself.
And so if I'm correct, this is the last lap of the stage.
A couple guys jumped outside with him, though.
Oh, contact in the back. Cheese into the wall.
Somebody.
Cheese is off the pace a little bit. Oh, 43 in the 4 trying to make a move on the outside up there.
It's a long way to the checkered flag here for the stage, so what's going to happen now?
More contact.
Oh, we've got cars pulling out everywhere.
We had a little bit of contact between...
Who's going to win this last stage?
And Chase is going to win stage 1. What a stage
job,
finish.
Chase.
Woo! That was just stage 1 and they were racing like it was the last stage.
That was a dogfight, the whole stage there.
So Chase in the 41 car wins stage 1. I think Hangman was second, I think, if I saw that correctly. Now we're gonna see. I feel like start of the stage, everybody's gonna want to take some tires, probably 4 if they didn't take tires there in that pit stop.
with all that contact that was going on, I bet you some people need to fix some damage.
Oh, yeah.
You don't want to have anything hanging out on at Talladega.
Oh yeah, you want to be able to get up to the bumper, the guys in front of you. You want to be able to do pretty good in clean air if you want to lead the pack. So we're gonna see who takes the lead here. Chase is still in the lead. It looks like, yeah, it's Chase, Hangman. Chase, Hangman. Then we have the 2 of Trans Am. Then we have Galen. We got the 4. And then we have Smoke Fan. As the outside lane has a huge push. Inside line did not go. Actually, I think Chase was trying to let him down.
You can't drive down on that.
So we got 4 wide there in the back of the pack. You got Bulldog contact a little bit there. Got Bulldog, the 66. The 18 and the 11, they were 4 wide there. It's now 3 cars on the outside lane all the way in the back.
Yeah, I'm down on Trans Am, and there's some bump drafting going on to get up to speed rather aggressively in the turns.
So we got 4 Fords up there on the outside and a ton of cars, but I think the outside lane has the advantage right now. Yeah, we got some cars going to the outside. A Smoke Fan's going to jump down to the bottom. He's going to take the lead. Maybe, yeah. He's going to have just enough of a run. As he's got some help now from Hangman, as we're going to ride on board with Hangman, as he's going to push him here. They are side by side. Smoke to the lead. Looks like the inside line's going to give enough help to hold it. Cheese is getting a little squirrely right there.
See, now this looks like the start where you got the 2 lines trying to vying for control. Who can get out front first and lead? There's more cars in the bottom. That bottom is strong with all them cars down there pushing together.
Smoke Fan made the right move there, jumping to the bottom. He now leads the Alabama Gang 250 from Talladega.
In the Toco Warranty Series.
Oh yeah, it's kind of ironic.
Somebody's on the apron. Who's that on the apron?
Oh, Bulldog contact!
Oh!
12 hard into the wall, Bulldog around.
That's gonna hurt.
He's able to get it going. So we look back to the front. Smoke Fan still in the lead. And that number 14 Toco Warranty Ford Mustang.
Well, they're still 2 wide, with 2 lines trying to lead this race.
Oh,
Like team versus team here.
they're 3 wide there. Got the 24
somebody got
Hangman.
shoved below the yellow. Into
They were
one.
3 wide, still 3 wide back there. Oh, contact!
Yep. Somebody trying to make
The
the outside.
48 in the
more
wall,
contact.
43 in the wall. The 48 is way off the pace. He's going to fall way out of the draft.
Yeah, they're getting rough out there today.
So Evil OGR, he is out of the draft by a lot. As I think the 18 of Dagger is just about out of the draft, if not already. He's getting a little bit there from the 66, I think. 43 is 100% out of the draft. Yeah, the 18 is falling quickly. So we go back to your leader, Smoke Fan.
Yeah, you fall out of the draft at Talladega, you're like 2 seconds off the pace. That's not gonna work. Uh, 24 is on Smoke and pushing him out front. You know that kind of drafting will really keep you out front if you can maintain it. When you get 4, 5, 6 cars in a row all doing that, goodbye.
And we're seeing some packs start to separate here. We got the front 2 in a breakaway. Got those 4 cars right there in the middle, being led by Galen. Galen is actually running these guys down. If these four cars can get out to the outside lane smoothly, we could see Galen, Chiza, the 11 of Beast of Asgard, and the 19 car get on out to a run as Hangman is going to fall back. So we're going to ride on board with Fujimo here, see what these 4 guys right here do. So they've got enough of a run. To the outside they go. We got Galen going to the outside. Chizu's going with him. Beast of Asgard chooses the bottom. Sorry there. So does Fuji. But here comes a 66. Dave Ferguson, he's to the outside.
got a nice run, but they only got 3 cars. 1 or 2 more jump up there with them, they might be able to do something.
I think the one thing that killed their run was Beast of Asgard and Fuji deciding to stick with the bottom there, go with Smoke Fan.
Yeah. They're falling back in line now. Do you know, we saw the outside be strong at times, but not for very long. But if you can organize and get together, like for the end of the race, and pull out at the right time, you know, it is possible that somebody can come from the outside and steal this race.
Oh yeah, it's the momentum off, especially if you do it on the back straightaway. The back straightaway is one of the best places to try to get the run on the outside because that super stretch is so long. And if you get the run off of the banking, you have enough cars and you do it just right, you can either be just about clear or at least have the outside lane in front by the time you hit 3 and 4.
Well, I'm looking at this front pack now. They're down to about 7 cars, it looks like. And with 7 cars, you know, if some of them try to go outside, you know, the split's going to be, you know, it's wherever more cars are is probably going to be the line that's dominant, unless more cars can catch up to these guys.
So right now we got a lap car up ahead, figure out who that is. So I think it is Bulldog. This race not going the way he wants it to. He's in the wall again, actually. I think he's just trying to let the leaders go by, trying to keep it up out of their way. As there they go.
Well, one thing, if you race, if you're slow in this situation, you got the lead pack coming up on you, they're probably going to go low. You go high, you keep just a little bit more momentum, and just might be able to catch a whiff of their draft as they go by. But they're just hauling the mail, and I don't think anybody's going to catch them unless they got their own pack.
So right now, Smoke Fan still controlling the field here at Talladega. That pack of 7 cars, I think, is trying to keep everybody in line. Just pull away, get on out of here, stay out of Dodge. We look behind them, see what these other packs are doing. Bulldog is in the grass again.
Yeah,
looks like
all kinds of trouble today.
Another tire issue for him is what it seems like.
Well, I'm sorry, Bulldog. I jinxed you because I picked you to win.
Oh, contact!
Oh,
19 of Fuji all the way to the bottom.
Well,
they were
that's not
3
gonna
wide.
work.
Oh, Fuji comes up just in front of the 2-car Trans Am. I think he's able to hold on to it, though. As right now, that front pack came from 7 to 3 cars right there. Those 4 in the back could get linked up. Caution is out. That is actually the problem. Caution is out.
Well, caution's out. Everybody's gonna get close up now, and we're gonna have a whole new race.
So Smoke Fan is your leader under yellow here. Mamba Bulldog, do you have any updates on exactly what happened to him out there? Seems she is not here at the moment.
Well, he might not be in a talking mood at the moment.
I'm here. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, he's gonna bring that number 96 onto the pit lane, just in front of the leaders. Yeah, we can hear you now.
A little contact coming on the pit road here.
Matt's going to bring that number 96 to pit road. So we're going to see who's going to win the race.
Me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
We can hear you. So, how many laps we got to go about? Anybody know? Because I'm curious to see what everybody's
17.
17 laps. What's the fuel run on these cars?
If I'm correct,
15, I'm
15,
sorry.
Yeah.
15
So,
laps to go? Can
these
anybody
guys,
make it?
I don't think they can make it if they pit here. That's 2 laps short, so we may see some
Splash and goes?
maybe some splash and goes, or we could see some guys just try to save really hard.
So unless we have another caution for a reset, we're looking for a real hot finish here.
Oh yeah.
Because you're going to have people getting onto pit road and maybe getting, you know, out of shape. And this is anybody's race, is what you're telling me.
Oh yeah, I mean it's gonna come down to who has the best fuel strategy, who's got the teammates and the friends to stay with them, and who's gonna have enough push to be able to maintain the lead and get back out in front.
But it could also come down to who has to get to pit road, who makes it onto pit road cleanest, and who gets out cleanest and back in the pack.
Oh yeah, I mean we saw with the 43, he tried to make the pit road, really slid through, but he was able to rebound. It took him some time, so if there are pit road mistakes, they are recoverable. It's just going to take a little bit more time to get back from the back of the pack and get to the front. As off of pit road, it looks like Trans Am may have taken the lead there. He did. That's what it looks like. So it's Trans Am, Gency, or G-Sensi.
Going green.
Looks like we are.
Because I'm thinking if I got a pit, I want to pit with the pack. I don't want to come in early, so I'm going to be waiting for everybody else to pit, and you know, then hitting everything. So you got all these guys potentially coming in, you know, together. That can be real dicey.
Green flag is back in the air as Trans Am is now in the lead. Then we have Smoke Fan Chase right behind him. G-Sensi drops down to the bottom. Didn't get quite the restart he wanted, so now we have mostly single file as we have... Oh, Chase is back out to the outside there. Looks like he may be able to peek back in. Decides not to, so it's inside versus outside here.
Lost some momentum now, but they're forming up on the outside maybe to make a run at the front. Oh, somebody out of shape. Oh, 41.
Oh, big rack.
41, Hangman, 24, and who
19.
Is that? 19. All of them in a fracas.
So that is 100% going to... Well, there's your time to say it. We have a huge caution. Is that not a caution? No. Okay.
Well, yeah, they were in the tail end of the field.
Oh, no, they are slowing down. All right.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it just delayed a reaction for me there.
Well,
and
can they make it now with this caution?
If they pit now, I do believe they can. They were one lap green, just about one lap green, and the lap of caution. I think they can. It's going to be really close.
Can anybody make it if they don't pit? Because they're only 2 laps short. So
if they
get like 2 laps under caution, can that change, you know, things?
Possibly.
Will somebody try to make it?
We may see somebody, if somebody who's really far back in the pack could try to make it, yeah, for sure.
Well, let's see who pits and who doesn't, because this could change everything.
So the 96 is now on pit road. I don't think he is running anymore. I think he has...
I'm not.
Alrighty.
I'm back on.
Dog! What happened, dog?
Oh, trying to get everything ready, trying to get everything in, just overlooked what setup I had in.
So we were told that you had your qualifying setup in. What was the problem with the qualifying setup in the race?
It's not made to go 216 mile an hour.
Okay. So what was happening to you specifically that was causing your issues?
Right front.
You're burning it off?
Right front would blow every 5 laps.
Ooh, that's tough to run a full run like that.
Yeah, I tried some different things, but nothing worked. It is what it is. I was going to have a really good car and a chance to win this thing tonight. At least I felt like I did, but was asking them to maybe back out before this race was, after the second stage was over. And started with 25%, but I got told no. So I'm here with you on that.
Alright.
Well, cool. Well,
After
sorry
the
that you had
stage,
trouble, but glad you're with us.
Could somebody send me an invite to the race? Could somebody hit play together on the party? Whoever's not broadcasting currently. We can get up there. I'll get in there. Help you out broadcast.
I think you're able to do that for him, Phoenix. Just hit the go to the party screen and then hit the play together button.
Okay.
And then just invite him like that.
Play together?
Mm-hmm. As right now, Smoke Fan is back into the lead, it looks like. After pit road, it's now Smoke Fan, Galen, Chiza. Then we have the 4.
Okay, I am back. Sorry about that.
Yeah,
alright.
Can somebody do this? I don't know what I'm doing here.
Can you invite him to the race? Seeking
Hit
Matt.
play together. Hit play
What?
together, Seeking. On the party screen, hit play together.
Uh,
It'll send me invite back to the race.
you lag out?
I backed out.
Oh, what'd you do that for?
Tire was blowing every 5 laps.
Oh, that sucks.
So who didn't pit?
I was it?
I saw 3 cars look like they stayed out.
I'm honestly confused because I saw smoke was on the pit lane.
Well, maybe they came in the second time around, but I saw 3 cars stayed out the first time. Anyway, we're back to green
Yeah,
here
I'm
with Smoke in the
sorry,
lead.
Bulldog. I can't do the play together thing.
Take just one quick second here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna do something here.
Okay, so I just realized this, Bulldog. You know what I got? I got a Toyota racing hat. Oddly enough.
All right, so here we go. We got the 14 Smoke Fan in the lead. Matt, I'm gonna try to send you that invite one more time. I don't know if it worked the first time, but I'm gonna try it one more time for you.
I got it.
Okay. All right. Okay.
We got Bulldog in with us.
As right now we got Dave Ferguson. Hasn't been a force all race, but he's right now up into the second spot, pushing Smoke Fan. Tongue twister there. As we got now G Cincy in the 43 on the outside lane.
Cheese all the way to the back there.
Yeah. That's fine. Yeah, we'll talk about everything later. This is a broadcast. Don't worry about that right now.
So right now we got Dave Ferguson trying to push Smoke Fan to the lead again, but the outside lane is gathering up together as we got Chase on the outside, leading it.
Those 4 cars are hanging with them. They need a few more. Excuse me, I think.
Yeah, that inside lane is just too formed up right now. Too many cars on the bottom for it to be a force, but they are somehow hanging right with
They're
them.
hanging. That's something we haven't really seen since early in the race. Only 4 cars, and that's that 41 out front, just like earlier, isn't it?
It's 14 and 41 have been just about bumper to, or not bumper to bumper, but nose to nose right there, even.
What I mean is the earlier outside line where it was matching the inside, I think the 41 was in the lead then too.
It was either
the outside line.
It was either the 41 or the 14 that was on the outside. I remember it though. It was it was a Ford, but it was
the 14 was able to make it work with the 4 earlier.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you right now though, the guy to watch right here is the guy moving out of the outside right now is that 66 car, Dave Ferguson. Another strong Toyota out here tonight, along with me, Beast of Beast.
Oh,
Asgard.
4 wide.
Yeah, they're about to hang out though.
Yeah, it is what it is. But Dave's got a fast piece right here. Dave's good here. I think Dave might be able to bring it home tonight. Smoke's gonna be hard to beat, especially in that Toco warranty car.
I think they're smelling the checkered flag here.
Oh, for sure, for sure.
Spread out, all going for it. It looks like.
See, something that we failed to mention earlier is G Cincy. We actually pushed G Cincy to the win here in the Pro League qualifier. G and Jason have one of the fastest. They really have the fastest setup. They gave it to most of us in this race here tonight. So everybody's pretty much running a similar deal here, actually. But good thing nobody's running the qualifying setup. Wouldn't that be tragic?
It happens, man. It's cool.
Is right now it seems to be the inside lane prevailing with Smoke Fan, Fuji, and Trans Am top 3.
And Dave Ferguson is out back. He got shuffled back, trying to hang on to the draft now.
No, that the car that he's running, I actually helped him build it. That car has really good suck up. As you see, he's sucking back up into the 95 inch. He's pretty decently fast.
Yep.
He's gonna be hitting like 217, 215 out there.
Yeah, but will he have enough time?
time to get back up the front for sure. I mean, we have another 40 laps or so in total in this final stage. You know, there's going to be caution.
I mean, he's already back up to the bumper hangman.
Exactly. I mean, they're rolling back there. I mean, I think that 18, the 95, and the 11 are, you know, other guys here that little affiliation we have with them. They're definitely going to help him here tonight. Man, you gotta appreciate the Smoke out front leading. I think that's Fujimo in behind him currently, followed behind. Oh,
that's Trans Am, Galen, and Too Fast. They seem to be leading that second pack.
Guess a little pro tip right here. Something that Galen and Smoke actually taught me a long time ago. You know, if that third car, if there's two front cars push and the third car, when somebody tries to pass on the outside, backs up, the outside can't get a run. So as long as 2 or 3 cars push, yeah, and see, as you see, Galen's the one that's really good at doing that. Galen's backing up right now too.
Well, they're fixing to go 3 wide here through the trial, it looks like.
Outside of Jason's got to run now. Like I said earlier, Jason's really fast. Currently pushed behind Chase and G right now, and Dagger and Chiza. That's a very strong outside line.
Fuji started to look like he was going to try to get up there in front of Jason, try to get the outside rolling, but decided to peek right on in.
Well, the problem with that is that outside's carrying so much momentum.
You got to time it just right.
Well, no, it ain't even that. You pull out, brick wall. There's a brick wall right there, right in front of you. You get all that air on your nose, and you kill that outside line.
Is getting more cars up there than they've had in a while. If they get organized, can they do anything?
I mean, they're gonna.
But you got to time it right. Here's the deal: is you can't continuously build around there and build that outside line and run it for continuous lap. You got to pop out there, take the lead, and get back in. That's how it works here. And that's the only way to make passes on that outside line. So usually what you want to do is you want to back up middle of the corner, and then by the time you almost get to exit, get back fully in the gas, and then you'll be about halfway down the straightaway, you'll be having the biggest run you've had and be able to pass him. If you can clear him.
I hear you, Bulldog, but twice in the race, once early and once before after you joined, we saw a Toco Mustang pull that outside lane almost even and nosed ahead of the inside. But it doesn't seem like anybody else out front of the outside lane can be that strong.
Exactly. That's the thing. You know, and you see Galen's backing up right now. They're about to try to make a run. Galen is doing exactly what I'm talking about. Galen's going to start pushing it right here. You see him sucking up, and they're going to hop out to the outside. But, I mean, yeah, y'all are right. If you have the right way to side draft and you have enough guys up there. The only problem is you have to have, if everybody's pushing on that inside line, you have got to have one more car in that inside line to be able to push that first car out.
Well, what you said seems to be working, because you look at that 2 car, because he's been doing what you've been saying. They get a little out of shape there.
And as you see, he got up to Smoke's door right there, but Fujimo he hopped out. I mean, the 19 really should have just stayed right there.
More
out of shape 4 wide, it looks like.
Wide.
I think that might be the end of the stage.
That is the end of the stage. Wow. Woo.
Yeah, that was exciting.
I'm not even sure who took that. It was
going to be Smoke fan. Smoke got it right there.
Smoke got it.
Because Fuji was able to hop up to the outside, and if Fuji wouldn't have hopped out of the outside, I think Galen would have nosed him out of the line. But, you know, I mean, I understand that, especially for a stage win. Fuji had to do what he had to do out there. He get as many spots as he could, you know, to build his points up, because he's a little lower in points right now. So,
yeah. Well, we've been watching, you know, inside-outside line, you know, most of the race here. But when it comes down to the end, it seems like the moves, the real race-changing moves are happening back in the tri-oval, right before the start-finish line.
Yeah, which, I mean, I really don't like. I don't like to do that. The proper way, I think, to pass here, honestly, is to pull out right. If you can time it just perfect, the ideal position is time it where you're pulling past them and getting that run right off the corner.
Right.
Because they have a bigger advantage than you. You keep everybody's on the same playing field if you run the same single file line through the corner, and then you have that straightaway before the trial right there. where it's even still.
They're
You get to
3
the
wide right
oval.
now.
Yeah, they're really dicey going down the backstretch.
You get to the tri-oval and you're side by side, the inside line's going to have the advantage and it's going to pull back off. You have to be nosed out in front of them before you get to that tri-oval.
And Smoke's back out front with the 2-car right on his tail.
Here comes Galen. He's got the 11 of Beast of Asgard and Cheese in the 95. They build up a run. Problem is, Chase didn't go with him. He's now going to try to give that outside some life, but that's not going to stop Galen as he's going to go to the lead now. But is he going to be able to clear it? He does.
And you've got to get down. You got, like I just said.
Is that the first pass for the lead from the outside?
I think so.
We saw middle earlier, but that's outside. That worked.
Yeah, and like I just said, that's textbook of how, you know, I was saying earlier, I think. It's, you've got to build the run, you've got a slingshot, but it's not that single car slingshot.
Well,
You got to slingshot the whole line.
Absolutely. And to be fair, coming through the tri-oval, Smoke's line got a little bit disorganized and further apart. So when the outside line all lined up together, they just blew past them into one.
And see, Smoke's doing the same thing. But they just dump Smoke.
Yep.
See, you know, I like the strategy here between the field. They're shaking out the fastest cars. I mean, if you're...
Well, isn't that always the case?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's, you know, the big thing here is you try to shake out the fastest car. Because, I mean, now it's going to be very difficult for Smoke to come from the very back to get back up to the front. Unless he can organize a line and pass the entire field.
Yep, he's already back to mid-pack.
Looking back in the back here, I don't know what happened to the 12, but he is out of the draft by quite a bit. He is a lone ranger right now. Not sure exactly what happened to him.
12, racing with Too Fast Some on the Saturday series, he was doing it earlier. I think he might be trying to save fuel, working with fuel strategy. I don't know exactly how many laps you're in this, or I don't even think we have a lap count here. But since I'm not in the race, but it's what it is.
The tables have turned. Now Smoke is trying to lead the outside line back up to the front.
Oh,
and he's gonna
there's G Cincy.
G, see, now they're trying to pull up, back up in front. G, Hangman, Jason, they're going to clear him pretty with ease.
And Smoke's by himself.
Smoke's hung up there on the outside line, and once again, he's not going to have any dancing partners, and you got to have somebody to dance with.
Yeah, well, he's got the 41 in front of him and the 2 behind him, so if they hook up, they can make it back up front.
Now, see, I just don't see the way these guys are, especially with that 43 out front. 43 has a very wide back bumper. I'm just going to tell you that from racing here previously. This Chase looks on the inside, almost wrecked.
Yeah.
And, see, that's going to kill their run even more. They're going to be slowed down. It's going to be very difficult for those 4 cars back there to pass these 8, 9 cars right here.
Whoa, 2 got out of shape.
As I think, right as I flipped off of it, Jason pulls out to the outside. He's got help from Beast. And there's the 18 of Dagger.
They're not... Dagger,
not enough.
Dagger jumped back in. As soon as Dagger jumped back in, that inside line took right back off. Really excited. Galen heads up 3 wide to the middle. Trying to make that outside work once again. I don't think they're going to get them lined up in time, though.
As we got now 3 wide. Multiple cars deep. We got Chase and Smoke on the outside.
Yep, Chase is leading that line.
Middle of the corner, that outside line's going to just drop. See, they drop back from that first. They've had that first inside line right there has about 4 cars on them, especially them trying to run that very outside.
They didn't stay nose to tail through 2, so the inside line pulled away.
Well, I mean, on those outside grooves, it's harder to stay right on each other's tails.
Yes.
Exactly, because you have, you know, especially on the inside line, it's easier because you have a place to put that car.
Yeah, you just put your left wheels on the yellow line and just follow it around.
And when you're running that outside right there, you got to eyeball it. I mean, that's just... You got to eyeball it, hope everybody up there is running
how tricky turn 2 is on the outside, especially when you're 3 wide.
Oh, yeah, it's very tricky, you know. Car gets... But, I mean, everybody's running a pretty balanced setup. Nobody's loose. Nobody's really tight. It's just... Everybody's got it maxed out at 60, 1,200 front springs, 600 back springs. I mean, it's everybody's...
Yeah, but look at the 41. Look at that outside line with Smoke in it. those are the guys that have been leading most of this race, and they're making that outside line work a lot better.
Three wide, 4 wide back there. They kind of crunched up against the bottom, and Dagger looks like he's going to hop up there for a second, but then he pulls it back down.
Yeah, because the 95 jumped back down on the tail end of the inside line, and those 3 guys, now they're looking like a bad bet.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem is here is those guys aren't going to have anybody to work with. Mainly because who wants to push the fastest car out front?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, once they get the... Oh, Beast is way out of shape. Once they push that fast car out there, I don't think, you know, that fast car is going to know when to block and how to defend. I mean, if he's able to make the move on the outside, he's going to know most likely how to defend that move from the outside from happening.
You shuffled him out once. Maybe not going to be able to shuffle him out again. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And you don't take that risk. I know a guy running maybe later on in the run, you try to push him, but and see, it's going to be very hard for them to get up there running this line right here unless the 10 and the 24 right there go with him, or the 10 and the 18. They're going outside
18, again on the backstretch. They got what, 6-7 cars now.
Oh, the 18.
They're moving back in. Not that they didn't get organized.
The 18 stepped out.
2 on the wall. He scraped the wall.
The problem there, sorry, but was it
somebody just went wide and almost took the 4 out. It looks like.
Wonderful save right there, honestly.
Yeah.
But the problem there is the 10 just with the 10 laying back off them. It's like I said, he pulled all the air. That outside line wasn't getting enough, and he pulled the air off them, being able to suck right up, and it just pushed them back. It unorganized them and pushed them back.
I've seen a tremendous amount of organization from the inside and the outside lines, but if you're not nose to tail with enough cars on that outside, you can't make it work. And I'm starting to think it depends on what cars on the outside to make it work. But all of a sudden, we got a lot more dicing than we have organization at this part of the race.
Yeah, and while they're doing that, that 43 and that 24 is going to stick out front. You're not going to pass them.
That works in their favor, yep.
Exactly. I had, back when I won the 500 on the Tuesday series, it was the same way. The last 20 laps, man, everybody was dicing and slicing back there, and I mean, we was running 4th gear, saving fuel, running out front. We was running like 190. 195 at Daytona, and nobody could pass us because we stayed right there in line, those 3 cars. I know for a fact G Sancy, Hangman, and 48 is a Evil OGR. They're gonna hang right there. They're gonna work together out here. There's no reason. They're all Chevys. They're hanging right there together, and they're just gonna push.
Well, it looks like Smoke has made it back up to the top 5 on the inside there, working the line. So maybe they couldn't make it work on the outside and get back up front, but by running the inside and with all the dicing, they managed to slice and dice their way back.
Oh, there they go.
Here they come.
If they got just enough of a run, Smoke's going to push Chase to the lead. Smoke's clear as well. Cheese is just, just a little bit of a contact there.
Like
Cheese pitched him down.
It. Timing and organization.
That's what you got to do. I think they learn real fast that you cannot organize a line from all the way back there and carry it to the front.
Well, they did pretty good down the backstretch there that time.
Yeah, I mean, well, no, they pulled out. They wasn't running high the whole time. That was the thing.
Yep.
Is they pulled out of that bottom line. That's you can't have 2 complete organized lines running even with each other.
Well, see, that's the thing. We've seen it, but only
You've
twice, and only with certain cars leading that pack. Otherwise, every other time, it's just they've not been able to run as fast as the inside.
You've seen it, but I mean, you haven't really seen it for 2-3+ laps.
We've seen it for like maybe 1 lap and a little bit longer, but other than that, it just falls.
Exactly.
They seem to get even and maybe half a car length in front of the inside, front of the leader, and then they fall back.
Exactly, because I mean, once you get then you're getting every bit of that air. Especially running that outside, you get all the air from the wall to you, and all the air coming off his nose is hitting you.
Yep.
So,
now you see this lineup up front? You see that? They're going to pull away if they can stay nose to tail like that. And you see them most already pulling away from some of the other guys who aren't in nose to tail.
We got pit stops.
Oh, pit stops. Here we go.
Hangman's going to stay
Oh,
out
smoke!
That smoke into the inside wall.
As we have a whole straggle of cars right now making their way to the pits. G-Cincy's going to be the first one to hit his pit stall. The good old AI driving here in the pit lane.
Now, how much damage did Smoke get? Did he get a penalty entering from spinning?
I think that is what Bulldog is currently trying to figure out.
What? No.
Oh, okay.
What am I doing?
I didn't know if you were trying to figure out if he had got a penalty from going in sideways or what.
Well, Smoke Fan is back
Probably
on the
did,
back
he's
stretch
still-
now. Did he go through the pits or he just do a splash and go?
They might not have allowed him to pit.
No, he's
The
coming
game
in
might not
now.
have, anyways. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
coming in
making his
now.
way in.
Wow, he must be upset. Now, where's that going to put him when he comes out? Is he going to lose a lap? Is he going to have any help?
If I'm correct, caution is out at the moment.
Well, that'll help Smoke and whoever else got caught up in that. So how deep in are we? How many laps to go? Can anybody make it? Or how many pit stops?
I don't think we're close enough to where anybody can make it on one more fuel run, but I think we're 2, maybe 3 fuel runs away.
Gotcha. So basically, we're looking at a reset here. Is when you guys figure the order out and stuff, is anybody a lap down? Is everybody still on the lead lap? Is anybody not in this race that's on the track right now? Yeah, when you get it all figured
You're
out.
not doing it on my account, okay? You're not fucking doing it.
Matt, your mic is unmuted.
Oh my god. Sorry for that, everybody. Sorry.
We were just talking about
Trying to
how
figure
many
out the
pits-
order here and who's
Yeah.
on the lead lap, who's not.
That's what I was trying to find right there.
Cool.
Maybe
Whenever you get
somebody-
it.
So I think
But,
Chase
yeah.
is the leader. Hangman, it looks like, is second, followed by Beast and Dagger. They are currently the top 4 from what it looks like. So they're waiting for
Well-
everybody to line up here.
If everybody's still on the lead lap when we go back to green, that means it's still anybody's race. That's one of the beauties at Talladega, you know, going from the back to the front. Sometimes it's only a matter of a few laps, especially if you got the right help.
As Smoke has just rejoined them. So the rest of the field is joining up as well. We will see the order. Right now it looks like Chase is the leader, followed by Hangman, Beast, Dagger. It looks like Smoke Fan is going to go to the 4th position in line. So we will see who will be, or actually to the 6th. No, he's going to drop to 5th possibly. Yeah, he is 5th. So we will figure out the rest of the order.
We going green this time or one more lap?
Most likely, I think green this time from what it looks like. I think we got one more car that they're waiting on. And with the speed they're going at, I think they're waiting for him to get up to get with them. Actually, they have G-Cincy. Yep, there he is. He is making his way down the Alabama Gang super stretch.
What do we got? 13 or 14 cars still running?
We have 12. I think 2 have left. So I think we are down to 12.
Okay. Looks like more than 12 cars on the track there, though, doesn't it?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think we have 14.
So that's 14 potential winners. Especially the way things have been playing out today. Oh, somebody down on the grass there.
As green flag is back in the air, Chase is getting a pretty good push there from Beast. As Hangman didn't get quite the start he wanted to. Dagger's going to go to the bottom. Hangman is going to slide in as well. Now that's 5 cars on the inside lane. No cars on the outside currently to get that outside lane rolling. So we have the 48 all the way up to the 3rd groove. He's going to slide in behind Dagger. No, that is not the 48 actually. Which car was that? Well, the 48 probably was up that high, but he didn't slide in. But it is right now Chase, Beast, Hangman, Dagger, and the 14 of Smoke. They are your top 5 here in the Alabama Gang 250 from Talladega. We appreciate you guys tuning in. It's been a fun race so far. We are in the final stage currently. If you missed the first 2, it was a very exciting. Chase won the first stage, Smoke won the second. And right now, Chase looking to take this race. He's in the lead. Not sure quite how many laps to go. We are trying to figure that out currently. But it is exciting nonetheless.
Well, this Toco warranty series, you know, I haven't watched too many races, but these guys are fast. This is exciting racing. We saw some amazing saves and some amazing moves. So definitely, I'm a fan.
Oh yeah, I mean, this has been so fun to watch. And I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been really active in the league racing scene for a while. I used to run in Outlaw, but from what I've seen, I'm loving the way that these guys are racing right now. These guys know what's at stake. They want to make the pro league, and right now these guys are proving that every one of these guys has a shot to be in the pro league, and all of them deserve it if they get there.
I totally agree. I'm new to the online scene, but these guys are racing smart. If they're getting out of shape, if they're getting shuffled out, they're not trying to bump their way in, they're not trying to bang, they're just like moving to the back, getting in line, working their way back up, and doing quite well.
And right now it looked like Hangman tried to pop out, get the outside lane started. Nobody wanted to go with him, but right now we got Dagger. Dagger decided to side draft Chase there. He's by himself, but he was able to hold on for a little bit of contact with Beast. Dagger is going to try to slide in, but he can't fit in behind Galen. He's going to, couldn't quite get in there behind Trans Am. Trans Am goes underneath the yellow, try to give him some room there. And I think, if anything, all that did was separate the field just a little bit from those front 2. But Galen, it's going to give him a run. So if Trans Am, Galen, and Chiza can get their things together and get rolling, they could have a run going down the back straightaway. This Beast is starting to slack off a little bit, but Galen decides to stay behind them. As now Beast goes to the outside. Galen has a choice here. He can stay with Smoke or Chase, or he can go to the bottom, or go to the top, sorry. But he's going to see that the outside lane, even if he took that move, that it would have just came to a rock solid stop with the 11 being there with no momentum. So smart move there by Galen. Staying behind the 41 to Chase, but now he's going to maybe try to build up another run down the back straightaway this time around. Let's see if he can do it. This Beast, he was trying to make a move, but all it's doing right now is making him fall right down the order. So,
but you see, he's not being crazy. He's just looking for a hole, get back in, get reset, and work his way back up. Now, what we've been seeing all night, if you notice, down the backstretch, you get some adventurous people, and they pull out when they get a run and try to make something happen. Hopefully some guys go with them, but only 1 or 2 guys are going with them. Most
here comes Galen. At a turn 4, he's going to have a run. He's going to take it. He's got Trans Am behind him. Trans Am dips to the bottom. Here comes G Cincy up the middle now. Galen to the lead. Here comes Jason and G Cincy. Jason's going to try to push G Cincy. He's got a little bit of help from Dagger, it looks like. Dagger's actually way back there now that I'm looking and seeing. G Cincy and Jason, though, still on the outside lane, trying to make it fight. Here comes OGR in the 48, trying to make a run. A little bit of side drafting, it looks like, from G Cincy, and there it goes. Not enough momentum on that outside to try to fight. I think that's about 5 cars in line, now 6, and the rest of them getting on that inside. There's just not enough.
See,
Well, right now, man, I have to. I think I'm gonna have to start cheering for Chase. As I've just been told, since he ain't gonna be able to run, I'm getting Chase's points that he's running for tonight. So, but I think somebody's gonna get that outside line to work. You're gonna have to. Enough people get up there, and you get behind one guy. Somebody's making deals right now.
Oh yeah.
Kind of, you know, somebody's sitting in that party, man, right now, and they're making deals.
They're like,
You know, you're trying to get your teammates together.
Oh.
You're trying to get everything together. You see the 41
Looks like
pull
Chase
out.
got shuffled.
14. I see the 14 may go with you.
so we got
14 may
three
try to hold
wide.
there.
Well, they know Chase is a fast car, so they feel better going with him than somebody else.
We got 3 wide, boys. Down the Alabama gang super stretch. Oh, contact! Trans Am and Dagger.
I've seen a lot of contact here with Dagger the last few laps.
3
Oh,
wide.
board him a
Here
couple
comes
times,
Cheese
really
up the
trying to
middle.
hold it. Come on,
Not
Cheese.
enough though.
You see that 14 with a big run to the outside, not gonna be able
Oh,
to do that.
Dagger.
Got 95's quarter panel.
Dagger
and
pulling
just got
out trying to
pulled
lead
right
the
back
outside, but
in.
doesn't make it.
Everybody else fall back, so I reckon he will too. I think right now the car that's going to be able to pull out of the outside and make it work is either going to be that 43 or the 41 gets it lined up. 43, 41, 14, really.
Oh, the 12 to the outside. I don't know if he intended to do that, but I think he's
If
trying
you-
to leave the outside lane now that he's out there.
And
And,
honestly, all these
Now
guys
he
are
pulls
doing,
back in.
all these guys are doing right there is they're giving their spots up and they're leaving it open for somebody else to win this race. If you keep pulling out like that, the 43 is backing off the 24, and we're going to see him pull right back up in a second
Yep.
and try to make that pass for the win.
Oh,
Actually,
down to the
no.
pit.
Stops.
Oh, wow.
Half the field peels off to pit road. That's
18 sliding sideways down there trying to get her bowed up.
I'm questionable on if
Everything-
some of those guys might not have got him slowed down in time. I think Galen was like last second shot in there.
Man, they shot
Woo!
them cars in there right there. Definitely have to watch and see.
Galen looked
Big
a little
issues.
questionable to me.
Pit road glitch pays a factor as the 18 and the 48 both rear end the 4 car going down pit road. 48's already out. Looks like he's going to take 2 tires and fuel only. 18 more than likely has a speeding penalty. He's still sitting down right now coming off pit road. Looks like the 43, the 10's out, the 4's out. 18 definitely had a speeding penalty. He's still sitting down there on pit road as they're going to go a lap down right here from that lead pack. 18 and the 24 both now out of the pit cycle.
Smoke right now while we were.
And Smoke back to the lead, leading the pack that did not pit.
And that's one thing that I feel like you got to take advantage of. If you're going to be in the group that doesn't pit after that first pack pits, you have to figure out where they are, and you got to make your moves based on what lane is going to slow down when all those guys pit. Because if a bunch of guys go from the bottom lane to pit and leave 2 or 3 out there, and the outside lane is still staying strong, that's where you want to be. You want to try to see where the holes are and try to fill them. As here comes everybody in that second
The
pack.
rest of the field is coming into pit
Beast
road.
making a daring pass.
Oh,
down pit road.
Fuji!
Shot up the
19.
racetrack. 19 out. They're not going to be a caution. That's a single car wreck. Maybe he can get out of the wreck, out of
he's
the track
in
in time. They don't run him over. Yeah, that's going to be no caution right now on the racetrack. Dave Ferguson staying out. I've raced with Dave enough to know Dave is sitting out there right now. Dave's not pitting.
Well,
Dave is
no
sitting out
caution.
there, and Dave's saving fuel right now. As long as this thing goes green, they have a shot. As long as he's not been out of the draft long enough where they've just pulled all that time back. That could really suck for him, and I really hope that maybe he can pull it home.
And right now we got the 3 cars that pitted the first run. Well, the 3 cars that pitted and didn't get speeding penalties, they are all bumper to bumper. I'm curious to see if they're going to be able to take the lead back here.
Well,
No,
looks
they're
like
definitely
Smoke
not.
Was in his pit longer than everybody. Do you think he took on 4 tires and some of the other guys didn't?
I would say Smoke probably had a speeding penalty right there. Maybe he did take 4 tires. But the strategy always has been here is to pit late. Never short pit it. Never run it as long as you can. You can actually, when it hits 0, you can almost run it a whole nother lap because the draft just keeps you up to speed with the setups we're running and how low geared they are. So, and you see all that time the 10, the 43, and the 4 lost are pitting early. They're way behind these guys. And that 95 and that 41 are setting out front pretty right now. She's looking for his first Saturday win Chase almost brought home the Daytona 500 also, but Chase has been on a hot streak lately in these leagues, man. Chase won Watkins Glen the other night. He's won Atlanta also this year, and he's on a hot streak right now. I really see Chase maybe getting this thing done. Smoke, and the more cars they get, the faster they're going to catch them. But do they have enough time to run them down?
It looks like Smoke is tagging on to the back of the lead pack here. Is the 10 in the lead? Is Galen in the lead now?
I think the 95 is, right?
I think it is the 95, actually, yeah. I don't think... Did they pit yet?
They came out of pit. Yeah, no, they've already pitted.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw them come out of pit, so I really think the 95 and the 41's in the lead right now. I wish...
Because Smoke and Galen are in a pack back here with the 19. And they're all fast cars, and they're all organizing.
Yeah, all these guys that you've been working so hard to pass all race. These two are out front right now because they had a clean stop. They took two or maybe even took none. It depends on their setup, whether they had enough tires. I know Chiesa back at Daytona, Chiesa could run 2 full stops and never take tires. He got out front every single time. Chase may be working that same thing. Didn't take tires, fuel only, just to make it to the end. Or Dave still has not pitted, so Dave might actually be running.
And we talked about that second pack. It looks like they're split in 2 right now.
Yeah, with that pack that's got Galen and Smoke in it, it looks like they reorganized and put Sensi up front, because what Bulldog was saying before, if he's faster, they want him up front to pull them up to the rest of the field.
Yeah, I mean, there's nobody better to follow at Talladega than G Sensi. There's nobody. He pulled us all, gave us setups to go out here and win the Pro League qualifier, the first one here.
Well, they're passing that other pack now. And they're all falling in line behind
No, they're
them.
rolling. Really wish we could get a... Hold on, I might be able to join the other party real quick and figure out a lap count. Give me a second to see.
Alrighty.
I'll be right back in here.
We're looking at that gap. As you see, the 95 of Chiesa, the 41 of Chase, they are just now hitting the back straightaway. Off in the distance, you saw it just a little bit over the wall there. That second pack just now hitting it. So they're probably about half the back straightaway behind them. But by the time that I would say there's about 7 cars there, those 7 cars working against those 2, they're going to run them down quite quickly. That's actually 8 cars in that pack. So...
Yeah, I got the 95 and Chase coming through the tri-oval right now.
Chiesa is leading, but the second pack back there, they're gaining a second and a half a lap. There's 5 laps to go now as they cross the line. I don't know exactly how far they are behind them, but if they get there, they're flying by them. Chiesa and Chase have to stay packed together right there.
They were about half a back behind, or half a back straightaway. They're closing fast. I would say it's a little bit, like maybe an eighth of a straightaway shorter than the back straightaway is what they've got going on.
Now the problem here is Chase has to stay behind him. That's going to be hard for Chase to do. I've raced with Chase a lot. I've raced with both these guys a lot. Chase, if Chase, it would be hard for me to do. I couldn't do it. I'd pull out and try to pass him. I'd probably pull out and try to go help the backpack catch him. But the 41's definitely going to try to make a pass here. If that backpack can catch them, you've got to make some serious blocks that could lead to some big wrecks.
Yeah, I mean, I'm watching it. I remember when I was talking about this just a couple laps ago about how Cheese and Chase were together. I looked over the back and I could see that big pack barely coming out of 1. Right now they were entering 2 when I saw them go down the back straightaways, so they're closing.
In the same corner now.
Yeah,
they're closing.
They're about a half a corner back right now. They're closing in fast with 3 laps to go of racing right now. If I'm not wrong.
You can see them getting bigger in the window here.
You really can. I'm sitting back here. I'm looking back on Chase's car right now, Chase's view, and they're going to get there.
Sensi.
I'm gonna take the lottery pick right here, and I'm gonna go off on a wild pick right here these last 2 laps. I'm gonna go with it. The 19 wins the race.
If I'm being honest, I feel like one of the guys that he's third in line in the second pack. I think Smokefan, I think he's going to see what these guys are going to try to do. I mean, he's got 2v2 in front of him if Cincy and Jason take the outside lane. So I think Smoke
these guys
might.
Are crazy.
They are
these guys
there, guys.
These guys are crazy not to block. Okay.
There goes Chase to the outside, I think.
Yeah, because he sees. So
Split
it's either
the middle.
block, split.
G's
What
gonna
are they
see
gonna
that.
do here? Oh,
To the
outside.
There they go.
Chase,
My God.
in the middle. 14 goes to the middle. Jesus holds on to the lead, and he
Here
might
comes
actually
Smoke
keep the momentum
Man.
and win this race. 14, I do believe this is the last lap. Smoke to the hard outside. No help behind him. It looks like Jesus is going to be able to win this thing. The 48 now to the outside. Into the middle. Between that Beast, maybe helping them. Beast running forward.
Well, we
They're
got
going to
3 wide,
back up.
and we're fighting.
They
Oh,
touch
contact.
41 hits.
I don't think anybody's going to have enough time.
They're
Here
coming out.
comes
They're
the
gonna
48.
be 3 wide at the start finish line this time. Smoke will fall back in. Actually 2 wide. The 95. We have this. This is the last lap now. Sorry, we was off one on our lap count. Somebody's back there making moves. About to dice it up. Cheesy goes to the outside. Jason down in the middle. Jason hasn't won a race yet. Beast running right there. They touch.
Oh,
contact. Hard
In the wall.
contact.
Contact is
all
going to
over the
get the
place.
95.
The
And then
95 and the 4.
Here comes the
are fighting for it
19. The 4 just
The
blocked his
19.
momentum.
on the outside, but he doesn't have enough steam.
Oh, here comes Cincy. Cincy with a huge run. Is he going to take it?
More contact.
He goes to the bottom. Cincy.
Yeah.
They're 3 wide for the win. Now down to 2.
Jesus is going to win Talladega.
Wow.
Wow! What a finish!
Woo-wee. Man.
Good job to Chiza for holding on there. Man, that was insane.
To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, I was counting Cheese out because I was like, there's no way that the car that's in the lead right now, the sitting duck, has 8 cars behind him, one on his tail that has the ability to end his hopes in an instant by side drafting him and slowing him down, was able to hold on to win Talladega in that that 2-lap dash that was, whoa, my goodness.
Man,
What
I
a
think
race.
You know what Chiza needs to do right now? Chiza just needs to go ahead as soon as he gets in here and give Chase $100. I mean, honestly, if Chase don't pull out there and try to be Chase to pass him, which I can't blame him. I would have to.
I mean,
But
he tried to.
Well,
he tried to. But
well,
if Chase doesn't pull out
Chase is
there,
just trying to pick up whoever was coming up on him, trying to pick up Gensi.
Yeah, well,
and blow
here's
past them.
but here's the thing: if Chase doesn't pull out there, Chiza has to block.
Yeah,
That is true.
Giving Chase the bottom, and Chase wins the race.
You're right. They were sitting ducks, and it just
They were sitting ducks.
Chase
It was
didn't do
whoever
what
was
he
gonna
did
block.
and change the equation. Then yeah, it was going to be a whole different outcome.
That was wild.
All right, well,
Who said that sim racing isn't as good as the real thing?
because that was. Woo!
Because somebody has to see this finish here, man. That's
That
awesome.
was awesome right there. That was absolutely insane. We're gonna go ahead and get Chiza, G, and Jason in this thing.
Are we doing third to
Insane.
first?
Yeah, we'll go ahead. We'll let me
Do
get
Jason first.
No, Chase didn't finish Chase didn't finish in the top 5 or top 10, maybe.
No, I was
Get
saying
us
do
to top
Jason
5.
Jason first since he was third, and then are we doing top 5 or top 3?
I also want to talk to Chase after that. That was
Because I have
I
no
wanna-
clue
I
what
wanna-
was
I
4th
wanna-
and 5th, or who was 4th and 5th.
I want to see Fujimach finish 4th, but
All right.
I want to get Chase in here just to kind of see what was going through his head as he pulled up right there, and see what those two was thinking is what they was going through.
Yeah.
So get him in here, see what's going on.
Who we talking to? We're talking Cheese, Chase, and Sensi.
We're gonna go ahead and Cheesa join the party first. We're gonna go ahead and get Cheesa in here.
Alrighty.
Or Jason, maybe not. We'll start with Jason since he finished third. Jason, man, you saw the hole when you took it right there when that big wreck happened. What was going through your head right there? I figured G would push you, man. I didn't think he would try to. Well, the pro.
When we got to run, they was side by side, so it's kind of hard to
Yeah.
follow them up the track. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
So he went up. I seen Chase and Cheese beside each other, so I was like, well, I can't go over with him. I'm gonna wreck everybody behind him. You know. So I just went down behind Cheesy and hoping that there would be enough gap there where I could run up in between and take the lead, but there wasn't. They were side by side, and Chase come down and we touched. I think we got up there and G and y'all big man.
That was wild. I mean, that was absolutely insane.
That's fun,
I bet, man. I wish I would have got the right setup in and not made a bonehead mistake. That sucked.
I was worried about the same thing. That's why I went ahead and took my custom racing.
Well, my problem was I had set mine backwards a couple days ago, so my race was in my qualifying setup and my qualifying was in my race. You just forgot about it, but anyways.
All you sim racers know what that's like.
Yeah. Only Bulldog. That ain't just everybody. That's only me. I'm sorry. That's only me. I'm the only one that's stupid to do that. But and Cheesa, man, awesome run. I think I'm gonna let somebody else ask the questions first, or if y'all want to touch on Jason.
Whew. I kind of wanna ask Cheesa a quick old question real quick. You got a copy, buddy?
Oh, yes, I do.
So, I mean, I know in your head you were probably thinking, just don't let Chase try to pass me. But, I mean, then you saw that huge pack behind you. What was your intention there of, if Chase didn't try to pass you and it was just you two, what was your plan on if they tried to make it 3 wide, which they did? I mean, everybody, once they got there, they shot spread. I mean, in your head, you probably have to be trying to figure out, looking in the mirror, okay, I don't know what to do, just hang on. How did you do it?
Man, me and Chase were the only ones who got out that far ahead of everybody, and we decided we were going to pair up and ride it out to the end and try and not let them catch us. But you got the two best guys on plate tracks out there leading the pack, and they caught us really, really, really fast. And there's not much we could do other than split up and try and take up as much track as we could. Otherwise, we were going to get blown by and lose the race. And then at the end, there was that huge wreck in the backstretch, and I came out clean. I don't know what happened, but me and Jason were racing it back, and I had to throw so many blocks on him. He's so good on the plate tracks. And then, of course, G Sensei's coming, and he's throwing it on the inside of me coming through the tri-oval, and I had to block him. And it took everything I had to get this win.
Well, Cheesy, you sure right there on that last lap, man? You looked like John Gerard. He's making the car 3 lanes wide and still fast.
Oh, I think I was to the top and bottom 7 times.
Man, one thing that I touched on right after the race was over, I kind of figured y'all would split up, but I knew whoever the winner was who's going to stick to the bottom. And if Chase sticks to the bottom, I figured you would probably pull it up to the outside and try to block that. Because, I mean, they was going higher, or whatever they was going to want to do. But I knew they wasn't going to run into the back of y'all. And whoever was on the outside of – whoever was in the middle lane right there when the 3 cars went to the outside, they was going back. You know, man, I know back at Daytona you could make it 2 full runs on a set of tires. Was you able to do that here tonight?
You could push the left sides 2 runs, but the right sides you definitely had to change.
Gotcha. I gotcha.
It make more sense to change the race because you have to take a full account of fuel, so why not take right sides?
Mm-hmm.
So is that what you guys did most of the night? You were running the left sides 2 runs to minimize your time in the pits?
Yep. That's what me and Chase did at the end.
See, I figured y'all just took no tires.
No, I couldn't do that.
I figured everybody else took 2 and y'all took none and was able to get out there, but
no, a bunch of people in our group got penalties.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. I saw Dagger throw her in there, and he got real loose and was trying to slow her down and swerve it, get slowed down. It just didn't happen in time.
Yeah, when you guys dove to pit road, we were all thinking that.
Everybody but Chiza and Chase got a penalty.
Oh.
And they still ran us down.
I hate to tell y'all, but I think y'all are getting crap for being the slowest now. Man. That was insane racing, especially to be there at Talladega. I know No Smoke had pretty low expectations after Daytona of it being single file the whole race, and for that to be the finish, man, I don't think a soul was disappointed. That was absolutely insane.
This is
that's
my
far
first
from single
race
file.
as a broadcast, and first full race watching you guys, and it was just awesome. There was action all over the track, every lap. Great job.
Well, we're glad we can put it on a show, and we're happy you guys could be there to witness it.
Any more questions, boys?
No, I think me, Cheese, and Jason are all three gonna go hop out of here and go get a Michigan run-in because I'm pretty sure they're already doing that over there anyway.
Yep.
All right, well.
So what
Send me
are
an
you up
invite.
to? What are you up to next? Where's the series going next?
That's a good question that I don't know how to answer right now.
Oh, okay.
Give me 1 second. I should be able to
Stay
find
tuned.
Alrighty.
it. We're going to Auto Club next on Saturday.
Alrighty.
Club. Another
That
fast track.
that should be another fun one. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you guys tuning in. Once again, we want to thank Toco for sponsoring the series. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to an amazing Talladega race. Congrats, Chiza, again.
Thank you so much.
From all of us here at the Outlaw Racing Station, it's been fun. Have a good night.